I thought this segment was awesome. Most people are presuming that Hangman's winning at the pay-per-view. So I do like that they have added a storyline here where they are bringing some doubt into it. What if Swerve costs Hangman the match? What if they can't get along and something goes wrong? You know, they're trying to add some intrigue to it.
Tell them that they're paid by a con.
AEW post-show, Double or Nothing, and it's going to be a quick one. We're going to be in and out in about a half hour, and I will field no complaints about this. I have a family. I have children. They need to go to bed. Show went too long, and so we're going to wrap it up by 10.
Tony gets a headbutt out of nowhere and Storm Zero and wins. It felt more like she escaped than she won. It's Tony Storm, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
People are still going to want to see Tony versus
And I think that
Mercedes.
Mina should get a big push because she's the most charismatic. She's more charismatic than Tony. I know that's going to make people mad. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
They did that spot where they tease like they're going to kiss and the place is going wild. And then they kissed.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that way.
And the place went wild. One of the biggest pops on the show when these two kissed. So, you know, they say things are different here in 2025, but the fact is, the more things change, the more they stay in this. I mean, they went wild for this kiss. And the second biggest thing they went wild for was men beating up women in Anarchy in the Arena.
Anarchy in the Arena.
I think I wrote 7,000 words just recapping every crazy fucking thing that they did in this match. And it was wild. Absolutely insane.
I wrote 589 words about this match alone.
I might have written more.
Yeah.
I wrote 2. It's that ruled.
Then the main event, Hangman Page versus Will Ospreay in the Owen Hart Finals. Fuck me, what a match!
It was awesome.
It was a great, great match. There was the absolutely horrifying Styles collapse from the apron to the floor. Your Owen Hart winner, your all-in main eventer, Hangman Adam Page.
I think Anarchy should have closed out the show, but it was still a fantastic match. And I know a lot of people are mad, but Hangman's a guy that should have won this match. Because at the end of the day, Will Ospreay's day will come.
They immediately, like within 20 seconds of the pin, we're talking about, this is a dream delayed!
A dream delayed.
He'll win someday, everyone. They're telling you this.
His day will come. If you've ever watched Will Ospreay prior to AEW, this is the story of Will Ospreay's wrestling life. It just fails. This is the time, fails. This is the time, fails. But his day comes in the end. And the story is that someone is attempting to save All Elite Wrestling, save the AEW title, save this company. And that man should be someone who has been there from day one, and it should be the Hangman. What's going on, Granny?
I got my pictures up.
Oh, on the wall?
Yeah, can Jared,
I got it.
Brian, can Jared kind of go across the room? Up. No.
I don't know if it goes any higher. Oh, what? There. Nope, that's a lamp, Granny. We're looking right at a lamp.
Well, turn it to the right.
Turn it to the right?
To the left.
To the left. Well, the left goes back to you.
To the windows. To the walls.
Would you stop? The other way?
Go. There you go. Up, up, up.
Up. Jared, go up. There we go.
Up.
Well, he's going up, Granny. That's a clock. That's a nice clock.
That's not right. Give it up.
This is the worst show I've ever done. What are you doing, Vinny?
Look on Facebook.
Well, stop it.
All right.
Entertain us.
Oh, that's what Granny's here for.
Dance monkey.
Yeah. Show me a dance. I mean, dude, we're watching Granny's camera spin around the room. Do something.
I think I may actually dance like Granny. If a diner wanted to name a dish after you, what would be the Granny?
Granny's crap.
Delicious.
Those Craig's. Sausage?
We can make a 6.5-inch sausage, I guess.
Be a first.
That's my phone.
What is the chemical symbol for iron?
Farn? This.
Hey.
A Glock.
F-E.
Effie?
F-E.
I learned a lot today.
Wow. They
This
do
is
look like each other
incredible.
a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a resemblance there.
If I have a birthday party for Brian,
Oh,
would
God.
would you guys come?
No.
Is it on a weekday?
If I had to.
Who said if you have to?
No one.
I was happy to see the return of Bronson Reed. He made himself a star, and then they made him jump off that fucking cage, and he got hurt right when he was like at his peak. So I was glad that they gave him time off. He healed up, and then they rewarded him with a main event slot. So I like that.
Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega.
This sucked.
Yeah. Zelina goes for a 619, but gets caught in the ropes and can't get there, and she's stuck. And she tries to save the 619 by throwing a kick while hung in the ropes. In throwing this very, very short kick, she kicks Chelsea right in the nose and busts it real bad, and there's blood everywhere.
Truth came out as Ron Cena. He literally did John Cena's entire act.
Yeah.
The shoot John Cena can't do anything anymore. He should have just done a retirement match and got out of here. This last full year, I mean, it's not getting better, dude. It's getting worse.
And then he walks out and wins, and Jesse Ventura is outraged. Has he forgotten every cage match he ever saw in the world?
Well, he goes, I thought you had to go over the top. What kind of BS is that? He can walk out the door?
He walked out of the cage like a coward, and that's your winner?
He could have at least gone over the top. He was fucking out of his mind. Absolutely, completely clueless. They hit Cody's music. The place goes wild. He cut the promo, the challenge for Money in the Bank, and literally he got the final word out. Money in the bank! And they're off the air. I was like, oh my God, this guy is a fucking pro. Like, there was not 1 second of time left.
But Booker T insists on calling him Channing Stacks Lorenzo full name all the way through. So I don't know. But anyway,
he's a Vinny V fan, maybe.
I guess so. I'm sure Booker T is a massive Vinny V fan.
Sure, yeah.
Nothing would be more logical.
You know, the fans didn't seem like they really had any idea who Miles Bourne was or anything. Like they didn't treat him like they treat him in the Performance Center here. But man, they sure knew Booker T's love of the face humper.
Your main event: Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams for the TNA title.
This was pretty damn good.
It was a very, very good match. But I cannot let the show end without pointing out that as Trick is celebrating his TNA title win, Vic Joseph, with a straight face, tells us it will echo through eternity.
Wow. God damn.
He's wrong. Tony Schiavone interviews Hangman Page as we had a fascinating promo segment to open the show. The most important thing is the AEW Championship, which he calls a symbol of, among other things, both compassion and, quote, the dignity with which we all treat each other.
In wrestling?
I thought it was about who the best wrestler is and who wins the most and biggest matches.
Yeah, I don't think it's much about dignity.
Ospreay has bridges to mend. We already know it's going to be Hangman and Moxley at All In, but it certainly appears that also on the show will be Swerve and Ospreay together against the Young Bucks.
I thought this segment was awesome. Most people are presuming that Hangman's winning at the pay-per-view. So I do like that they have added a storyline here where they are bringing some doubt into what if Swerve costs Hangman the match? What if they can't get along and something goes wrong? You know, they're trying to add some intrigue to it, even though the finish seems quite obvious.
John Moxley and Gabe Kidd and Marina Shafir versus Willow Nightingale and Mark Briscoe and Speedball Bailey in a intergender trios match. Okay, sure, why not? Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay and Harley Cameron.
Holy shit. Let's just cut to the chase.
Okay.
This match pretty much sucked,
Yeah.
okay? They hit each other with stuff,
It was, yeah.
but the psychology was all weird. It didn't look like her face came anywhere near the steps. She was bleeding, but it was like she was bleeding from the mouth. So I presumed it was a blood capsule. But, I mean, everyone else is, like, talking about, like, she really got her face exploded.
I mean, I certainly hope so.
I thought it was a blood capsule. I've asked around. I've not heard any. I don't know yet.
The Ops versus the Frat House.
Yeah, the frat house. Joe is befuddled. He's like, what the fuck? And Ciabatta is stoic but gravely disappointed. And then they cut to Hobbs, and he's laughing at these fuckers.
The lights go out. It's Sabu. No, it's Tekla. Tekla's entrance video is shown first.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Then we cut to the ring where Jamie is down and Tekla's standing over
She's
her.
already beat her up. They missed her debut.
I mean, it may have happened with the lights out.
I don't even know what she hit her with.
She may have laid her out during the darkness.
There's a picture of Tekla doing her bridge, her scary spider bridge or whatever. If you look at the picture, it's just like the cutest bridge you've ever seen. She's so happy. She's got a big smile, and she's upside down. He actually did not hit the apron with anything except his elbow.
Okay, good.
Everyone's all happy he's not hurt and everything like that, but I mean, the big question here is, what in the absolute flying fuck was Kyle Fletcher thinking? He was so far away from the apron. I was so mad when this happened, and I heard I wasn't the only one. A lot of wrestlers very, very upset with Kyle Fletcher, feeling it was incredibly careless, especially with Adam Cole. And I don't know what the fuck the guy was thinking. That was crazy, dude. Crazy. So I was very much turning heel on this show at that point. But thankfully, Josh Alexander and Brody King brought my love for Dynamite back because they had a great match.
And a mean guy match. And your main event segment, a face-to-face promo battle between Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm. Giving them the main event segment and a lengthy main event segment and just putting them out there makes the whole thing feel more important.
Yes, when this was
there was
over,
no to the back here.
When this was over, this felt like by far the two biggest women stars in the entire company, maybe of all time.
In the world.
And they're having a giant match at the biggest show of the year, and it's very important. So they did a great job, putting that message across. They were beating Ricky Saints, and they wanted an out. And so the story was that Ricky was distracted by all of the security, and that's what allowed Ethan Page to hit his twist of fate on the metal part of a chair to crush his larynx.
Well, then Ricky's an idiot. Vic Joseph reacts as if his puppy has just passed away. Ethan wins, and Vic says, "Oh, no." It's so weird. Mike Santana versus Tavion Heights. Goddamn.
It's a good match.
It's ruled.
I can't tell you the number of guys I've heard in my lifetime that, like, I want to prove I can be a single star, and they fail. They just don't have it. Well, this fucking guy had something to prove, and he did it. I mean, he is over. He's a good worker. He's a great promo. He's got tons of charisma. He gets the people behind him. Like, this fucking guy did everything that he said he was going to do. And so many guys in his position, they say it and they can't do it or they don't do it. But this fucking guy did it, so good for him.
JC Jane versus Stephanie Vaquer in the main event. And JC hits a rolling elbow and wins. They never, ever cut to the announcer on the show. But they did here, so he can be a slack-jawed yokel.
He was so shocked at a finish, he couldn't do his job.
No, his mouth refused to function.
I was like, God damn, if I were JC, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
No one on earth thought she could possibly win, including the ring announcer.
I assume Stephanie's also getting called up now.
Yeah, Stephanie's going to the main roster. She'll be on Raw.
Yeah.
And Jordan's going up. She'll be on SmackDown. Yeah. And Ricky's going up, and I don't know where he's going to be.